In today's video, I'm continuing my journey south to San Diego. After being gone for a few months, I'm excited to return and see what the situation is with stealth parking in the city. Can I do it without getting a bunch of tickets? And then we're going to meet up with a unique van builder that works with your budget. He'll do small projects or big projects, and because he's a one-man shop, his prices are very reasonable. So if you're someone that's looking to have some work done on your conversion, definitely stick around for the interview. I had fun staying in Los Angeles and Santa Monica for a few days, but I was moving around quite a bit. I was never really able to stay the night at a cool spot near the beach. And so I'll be excited to return to San Diego, where I should be able to stay in some really good beach locations for a few nights in a row. If you guys watched my videos from this summer, you saw that a huge group of us nomads got away with staying in some really nice spots on the beach. It was absolutely incredible, and I've been gone for a few months now, so I'll be excited to see when I return if that is still the case. So I've arrived in San Diego. I'm staying at one of my favorite beach parking lots. It's kind of on a peninsula, and so there's actually a large beach on either side of me. And I'm in kind of one of the further off parking lots where, there's not so many people. Definitely don't want to be taking up prime parking for all the tourists and stuff. But you can see this parking lot's full of vehicle dwellers. There's all kinds of vans and buses and box trucks. And so it looks like a pretty good spot. I'm backed right up to the grass here and just kind of settling in. So I've talked before about the lawsuit that was filed against the city of San Diego, where the city was being sued for their restrictions against overnight parking, in these parking lots. And so there's been a lot of back and forth about it. But here's a news article from San Diego 7, which is their local news agency. And this was published October 14th, so just a few days ago, and then updated on October 15th. And so the main point of this lawsuit is that where we're at right now, a federal judge approved the settlement agreement last Thursday, nearly 7 years after the lawsuit was filed. And the class action suit challenged the city's vehicle habitation ordinance and oversized vehicle ordinance, which prohibits living in cars and RVs, as well as parking them in public lots between 2 to 6 a.m. And so what was happening is folks that were doing that were getting $52 tickets, and then if they didn't pay the fine was then being doubled. And then here's the biggest change right here is it says tickets can also no longer be written if the only violation is living in a vehicle. There must be a reasonable suspicion of a separate violation according to the agreement. What that sounds like to me is that if you're parked in a spot overnight, as long as you are not, committing some other infraction, then you should have the green light to stay the night. They should not be able to ticket you. And so that's what I'm going to be testing out. I'm going to be staying in this parking lot at the beach in San Diego for a few nights and see how it goes, see if anyone gets tickets, and just see in general what the vibe is. I've been staying in this parking lot for a few days now without any incident. Like I mentioned before, there's quite a few other vehicle dwellers in the same parking lot, and haven't got a ticket, and haven't seen anyone else get a ticket. There have been some police and some park rangers and stuff that drove through the parking lot, but they didn't seem to hassle us. And you can see this parking lot is very well lit. The overhead lighting is very, very bright, and so as far as security and safety goes, it seems like a pretty good spot to be. And then of course, when you're in a group with a bunch of other nomads, there's safety in numbers. Everyone's kind of looking out for each other. So it's been a really good spot so far. Definitely excited about it. And I wanted to kind of just do a little nighttime tour and just show you guys what the spot looks like at night. This is actually at 1 a.m. I went out late just to show you guys kind of what it's like in the early hours of the morning. You can see it's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of activity. It's been a pretty peaceful spot. So far, my experience here in San Diego has been pretty good. And I'm feeling optimistic about spending a few more weeks in the area and being able to kind of stealth camp around without too much issue. So now we're going to have a visit with a local builder. I get quite a few messages from you folks looking for help with build outs or portions of a build out. And, in the past, I haven't really had anybody to recommend. But I met Mike through Instagram and then met him in person. And I think he's very skilled and would be a great resource for anyone that's looking for help with a build out and they're not trying to spend a whole bunch of money. So let's check him out. So we're here with Mike from Instavanbuilds.
That's me.
I've been following him for a while on Instagram and I really like the work he does. And a great thing about Mike is that he'll do partial conversions, full conversions, kind of help you with whatever you need. And his pricing is super affordable. So we're gonna take a look at his transit right here that he's got converted. And what's cool about Mike is he was a home builder, right? You did construction?
Yep. So I came from construction my whole life. 4 years in the Marine Corps, and then I got out and I was in California already, and I saw my first van when I got out and I was like, I can do that. I had all my tools, I was looking for a job, and I bought my own van, built it out, and I put it out there, and I've been busy ever since, pretty much for 4 years. You can find me right here on Instagram, Instavanbuilds. Message me, I get back to everyone very fast. Alright, so I just put this new marine vinyl floor, teak. I like the teak look, so I wanted to try it out. I think it looks really nice. I can add seats like this jump seat. This jump seat that my daughter's car seat's on, so this bottom flips up for space, so it creates a bigger opening when I don't have this on here. There's many seat options I can install. She makes these bags, they snap open, laundry or trash or whatever you got. Just magnetic close, strong enough to hold my ladder even for my deck. But yeah, then you can attach any molly pouch to it, or any accessories that you might have. I threw out my kitchen cabinet actually with my sink because I never used the sink and it was just getting in the way and I wanted more space. Our daily activities change all the time and I just want room for all my gear that I'm bringing on any adventure we go on. That little end table is laundry. It opens up with storage. It's a cool little feature. My planters, that's an awesome thing with LED lights in it. Just like how it feels so cozy in here. I got different stages of builds. Let's start with the floor and benches with storage. Table makes a bed and cushions. That's around $6,500, right? And you can do that without doing the walls or ceiling. If that's your budget, you can do the walls or ceiling next year. I don't really recommend a fixed bed because we use the table about 90% of the time. Like we're here at Strands Beach in Dana Point. We're hanging out all weekend. But if we go camping, we can just drop the table down to make the bed. Blankets and pillows are in the benches. Same with my electric cooler. My diesel heater is in the bench. And my electrical is in the other bench with more storage. Then you can add in a pull-out table like you can see out the back for cooking. I got a 4-foot pull-out table that you can add to that. If you look on my Instagram, I can also add a pull-out sink coming out the back that is in a bench, but you just pull it out the back for another 4-foot pull-out table and a sink, and then you get the shower because I'm already doing the plumbing and the water tank and the pump and stuff. So yeah, there's many additions you can add on to this setup. You can do the ceiling without doing the walls. So if you want to get a little more finish, do the ceiling and lights, you can add in a max air fan. You can still leave the walls empty if that's not within your budget, and I get it. You know, you're looking at probably 35 grand maybe if you want to do a full build with the windows. I frame out the windows like a house, so you get nice shelving on all of them. So because I don't have too many countertops in here, all the shelving helps. And I got two more back there with the same thing, so when we were sleeping or the bed's made, you still got like shelving on those back windows. And my back window's open, so you get that cross breeze, which is nice. And then all my curtains just close up if you want to be hidden. Functional, it looks good.
And so the table drops down, and then
then you just put the backrest cushions in the center, and it creates a nice 6x6, which is custom to your van. So sometimes I'll do one 4-foot bench, and I'll do one 7-foot bench. You know, I prefer open space.
It definitely feels really large in here, just because of how much open space there is, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't feel crowded like a lot of the vans you get into with all the cabinets and shelving. It just feels really tight. So if somebody wanted, you know, this level of build, kind of just as we're looking at it today, done to their vehicle that they bring you, what would something like this cost? Like just a ballpark? Or
ballpark, let's say 30 grand would be right about it. Now, the windows that I frame out like this, the more windows you have, like I have 3 of them, that adds quite a bit, right? So one window that opens, just the window is $1,000. Right. So if you have no windows or just one window right here, and a fixed bed and a kitchenette with all this, 25 grand is what I just did one for. And then on my Instagram, I have my prices with my different stages of build. So starting at 6,500, and I got options for 10 to 12,000 with electrical, and then I got options for 20 plus.
And that's what I really liked about your service, is that people can kind of just pick and choose what level they want to be at. Maybe they only have money to do a little bit, like they just want to do a bed bench and some walls, or a bed bench and a ceiling. They can work with you over time to kind of build out their dream rig, and they're not having to drop just a ton of money all at once.
Yep.
Tell me, I mean, how is your schedule looking? You know, if someone's trying to get in on a build or some work, how far are you usually booked out, or what are you looking like right now?
So whenever you message me, I'll probably be working on a van, but I'll always have like next month or even in 2 weeks open usually, right? So I'm usually never booked out too far. I'm always working on a van, but I always got the next availability open. And a full build takes me about a month. So this van right here, the partial builds we were talking about takes me a week, and you can pick your colors of, you pick your cushion color, pick your floor color, and your bench theme. So like you see mine, I got like palm tree kind of benches. My shop's in Costa Mesa, California.
Okay, and so then the folks would need to get their vehicles to you here?
Yep, and people have driven all the way from Florida because my prices are good, or they have even shipped them, because even shipping your van is still cheaper than choosing another builder a lot of times. I work alone, I don't have employees, I do everything myself, I don't have a big shop, so that saves you money in the end.
Nice. I like it. So yeah, if you guys are looking at building out a rig or having some projects done, and you want to try to save some money, or maybe you can get more done with the money you're looking at spending, right, by going with Instavanbuilds. Definitely reach out and see what he can do for you. And I'm going to put a link for his Instagram in the description. It sounds like that's the best way to get a hold of him. So if you guys are looking to have something done, hop on Instagram and send a message to Instavanbuilds and see if you can make something happen. And is there anything else you wanted to say to the people before we sign off here?
Yeah, if you don't have a van yet, message me before you buy one, because I can help you out maybe picking the right one for you. I do that all the time, and people are grateful that they don't know what they're looking at. They might have bought the biggest Sprinter when they could have bought a medium roof Transit for half the price, and they're, just message me if you're looking for a van. We can talk about what you really need for the price point.
Okay, awesome. So you get a little bit of consulting too. I'm a big fan of deferring to somebody that has experience, especially if this is your first build and you really don't know what you need. Definitely get with somebody that has a better idea, can help guide you in the right direction. So I think Mike's going to be a great guy for that with Instavanbuilds. And yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to check him out, follow him on Instagram, and let's see what he builds next. I'm excited to check it out.